Globalization provides for a sound economic climate, accompanied with skilled collective efforts, objectively destined for enhancing livelihoods in society. And so, in this modern global village, education is an engine and a driving force that play a pivotal role in the micro and macroeconomic linkages that provides for an open trading corridor in all sectors. In fact, technical education, vocational and science sector is the cornerstone to the economic stability of a nation. Currently, in Zambia, with a population of about 13 million people, based on the 2010 statistics records, ahead lies and dwell a huge task that require proactive planning and implementation in all economic sectors. TEVETA importantly shares part of this huge task. This is more reason why Technical Education, Vocational and Entrepreneurship Training Authority, TEVETA, attaches great importance to this challenge. TEVETA's general function is to regulate, coordinate, and monitor technical education, vocational and entrepreneurship training in consultation with industry, employers, employees, and other stakeholders. TEVETA was established under the TEVETA Act No. 13 of 1998 and TEVETA Amendment Act No. 11 of 2005.
The policies of TEVETA are contained in three major government publications. The first is the TEVETA policy of 1996, and that presented skills development from two main aspects. The first is the economic benefits of skills development, and the second is the social benefits of skills development. Now, the economic objectives essentially relate to the need for human resources to manage modern industry and modern commerce and business. And the second aspect, which is the social objectives, relate to the role of skills development in improving people's welfare. So those are essentially the basic objectives as elaborated in the policy statement of 1996.
TEVETA employs a responsive system, skills development process and mechanism relevant to industry through qualifications and competencies reflecting industry demand. And this indeed calls for quality training response to the learner and employer in the TEVETA qualification framework.
Among the objectives of the skills development process, or TEVETA, is to make skills development relevant to the workplace. That is, that the people that we're training must have the kind of qualifications and competencies that reflect the skills demands in industry. Our qualifications are comparable, they will be benchmarked, and we can compare also qualifications coming into Zambia from abroad in the context of our national qualifications framework.
The high number of youths dropping out of school and limited school places negatively impose failure to skill national development. The informal and formal industry is coupled with both skilled and unskilled labor force. Hence, TEVETA provides a platform for assessing uncertified competencies through a credible trade test system. Competencies acquired through job-on training are assessed and certified for national recognition. With 200 centers in the country, TEVETA is focused to trade test about 4,000 people in the country.
Due to the high number of young people leaving school and limitations on available spaces in training institutions, a number of people actually are trained not in the formal way, but obtain the training in the informal sector. Now, the informal sector is quite large, not only in Zambia, but in many developing countries. The informal sector is quite large. And also, we have to accept and recognize that a number of competencies and skills are also acquired outside the formal sector. So young people will acquire skills through working either in the formal or the informal sector, but predominantly in the informal sector. we have across all our provinces and districts in Zambia close to 200 trade test centers. And we hold the trade tests 3 times a year, in April, in August, and in November.
A credible skills training system in TEVETA has seen a number of organizations coming on board to instill capacity building in their human resource through trade test. The system has proved to enhance work skills development in many sectors, especially in the construction and mining sector.
We have a number of examples. We have, particularly in the construction sector. In the construction sector, this is where you have a large number of people who are, for example, employed on a construction site. And through the execution of the project, a number of people get trained to do certain works. Now, normally at the end of the project, those people will disperse until another project comes up, then they get re-engaged on another site. But in the context of being employed on that project, they learn certain skills. We have examples also in the mining industry, where we have, at Lumwana Mine, for example, a number of students who are undergoing training at the mine, 100%. And together between TEVETA and Lumwana Mine, we are following up on the learning that the students are pursuing. Collectively, between TEVETA and Lumwana Mine, we do the assessments, and the students, upon qualification, will be certified by TEVETA. We have also collaboration between First Quantum Mining and 2 training institutions, in Solais Trades Training Institute, as well as Notec, where we have students that are undergoing training in 2 parts. Part of the training takes place in the school, and another part takes place in industry.
TEVETA has deep-rooted and positively impacted the trainer and employer with much more broadly defined skills training in the learning and acquisition of skills and competencies, not only in school, but also in a controlled informal environment. Hence, a credible system of TEVETA certification yielding a much broader definition and larger envelope of available skills.
The impact is that you begin now to define skills training much more broadly. I think traditionally we have always defined skills training as training taking place in a learning institution. So our human resource is not necessarily that which is in the formal system, but our human resource is defined much more broadly as all those who have acquired skills in different ways, but who have been assessed and certified.
Good health is ideal for every living human being in life. However, nature exists in a dynamic environment coupled with health alteration conditions that require knowledge and skills to control, correct, and sustain good health for livelihoods. The pedagogical skill training environment produces health science practitioners that largely and positively impact the health sector. For example, the Cancer Diseases Hospital based at the University Teaching Hospital UTH in Lusaka operates professionally with highly skilled medical personnel, some who have passed through TEVETA skills training. Mercy Chipampe, principal radiographer in the diagnostic department at the Cancer Diseases Hospital, shares her TEVETA skills training that led to her academic advancements.
We had very good skilled lecturers who took us through all the courses that were under radiography, and we did practicals at UTH, University Teaching Hospital. So it was a block system where we were 2 weeks in class and the other 2 weeks doing practicals. And that kind of training was very, very helpful for radiographers, because when we were students, we started on hands-on training. So in the first year, despite the theory, we were doing the practicals as well. And that really, really made us feel that we were part of the system, and we developed interest in radiography very quickly because of the practical aspect that we had and the support that we had from the staff from the University Teaching Hospital.
Radiographer is a science that employs the use of radiation to diagnose diseases. With the advancement of technology, radiographer now uses the state-of-the-art computerized equipment to diagnose all cancer diseases. Mercy, both a diagnostic radiographer and therapy radiographer, testifies the TEVETA skills application to her work environment.
Radiography is a science. In radiography, I'll use the layman's language. In radiography, we use what we call radiation to diagnose diseases. There's a lot now that is involved in radiography. We have what we call X-rays, general X-rays, where we take X-rays of the body using radiation. But now radiography has become so advanced such that we have special equipments like computerized tomography, magnetic resonance imaging, and other special investigations that are being done within radiography. It has become so broad and wide. We also have radiation therapy, that's treatment of cancer. Right now, as I speak, we are treating all cancers at the Cancer Disease Hospital. We've got sophisticated and very good equipment that we are using, and we are able to treat all the cancers in the country.
Not only did the TEVETA skill create a platform for Mercy, but also her employer shaped their career path with trainings that augmented her focused, evidence-based career progression. Well, what is the actual TEVETA benefit in her life?
The TEVETA program, in relation with what I did, radiography, is a very good program. It's a very, very good science program in the sense that when I was a student at Evelyn Horn College, I learned radiography and what was required in that field. And this is what I'm actually using now in my profession. From the diploma that I did, I went to Johannesburg to do my diploma in therapy. I did a long distance training program, a BSc program in radiography, plus my master's in radiography. I realized that what I actually learned from radiography is what I'm actually using right now. And it was something that has been helpful. Just imagine, when I was doing my master's, I could remember the things that I was learning at Evelyn Horn College. And most of the things that I had learned at Evelyn Horn College are actually the things that I was also learning when I was doing part of my master's. And I would say it's a very, very good program. The only thing I would say is that we need to encourage a lot of young ones out there to do this course because we have a few radiographers in the country, and that's the challenge we are actually facing.
Hospitality industry has absorbed an enormous skilled TEVETA labor force that is enhancing the growth of the hospitality through TEVETA training. Hotel and Tourism Training Institute forms part of the TEVETA training providers, undoubtedly molding trainees in tertiary and management education. Dr. Wilson Silungwe, Hotel and Tourism Training Institute Executive Director, explains.
TEVETA skills training are very, very critical because, as we develop as a nation, we should put more thrust on entrepreneurship, on skills development that will assist an individual be able to be self-employed, even if they're not employed in formal employment. I think, with the